Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. I think I'm Tim.
What day is this?
I know.
First thing he says to me.
I looked at her just before we went live. I was like, what day is this? Happy Thursday, I believe. I know that it's Thursday. You know why?
Rotaryfest
It's the launch of Rotaryfest! And also the downtown street party.
Yes.
On Queen Street.
So much going on
This is a crazy day. This is like a jam-packed.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome, and the weather's going to be beautiful.
Is it going to be beautiful? It's been toying with us.
It has. You know what though? I like being the toy.
Do you know?
I didn't really mean it that.
No.
Because I like cooler and windy. I don't like.
Another beautiful evening last night.
Yes.
Listen, I always when I had a job where I could book holidays, which I don't have anymore. I always booked my holidays around Rotaryfest, and I'll tell you why. And I think this is going back probably about 15 years ago. In 85 years of Rotaryfests, I think they had to cancel a parade 3 times in 85 years because of weather. It has traditionally always been beautiful weather for Rotary weekend, and so that's why I always book my holidays around that time, because I just could always count on the weather being nice, because someone loves Rotary.
So now you're going to stick around because you didn't get holidays. Now it's going to rain.
Well, now I don't work weekends.
Nice. Way to go, Tim.
I don't work weekends now, so I can do. And we finish at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
That's lots of time to go downtown and enjoy myself.
Yes, it is.
So I don't really feel that. I don't feel exhausted and the need for holidays as much as I used to when I worked in a real job.
Now he talks for a living.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
If
I had known I could get paid to talk, I would have been doing this longer.
Yeah. I've been at it 33 years. I caught on quick.
33 years.
Been a long
and you
time.
still haven't shut up.
No, I can't either.
No,
can't.
Tell me what's going on now.
A couple of things. First of all, Trump. Because seriously, is he not always the most fun thing to talk about during your day? Time magazine has his face on their cover.
Oh, he'll be so happy about that.
Won't he? And I mean his face, like it's like this. And there's a meme on Twitter where his face kind of morphs very slowly and becomes Putin. So it's very funny, very clever.
Yes. He actually said on CBS that he does think that Putin is responsible for the meddling in the elections because, well, he's in charge of the country, so you got to blame him. And he said basically the same way that I'm the president of anything that happens in my country, I'm responsible, except that anything that happens in this country says, wasn't my fault, it was Obama.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was Obama. It wasn't me. Yeah. It was Obama. And I don't know if you heard about this assault at a Tim Hortons. That's sacrilege in itself, right?
I just heard you talking through the wall when you were talking about what? Tell me.
So this young person, she's 20 years old. She pulls up to the drive-thru at a Tim's in Brampton.
Oh, here, you were seeing the video.
She goes through the drive-thru window and starts assaulting the Tim's employees.
She's got her pulling her hair and got her in a headlock.
Yes.
Why is she so upset?
I'm not sure. It doesn't really say. She's upset because she has to use the washroom.
She got the wrong kind of donut?
And she said, I need to use the washroom. And they said to her, well, you can certainly do that, but you can't come through the window. That's not really appropriate so much. And she just went kind of bananas on
them. I've done the same thing when they haven't had the dark roast coffee in my morning. And I've gone through the window and I throttled the window and said, you're my dark roast! I need caffeine! That's why I have
Can you imagine though? Like you can't even, how can they train you at a Tim Hortons training facility? When somebody comes through the window at you, this is what you should not do. And there was a gentleman working with this poor girl, and he was very, very reserved because some men in my family would have clocked that girl. She would not let her go. She was punching her in the face, and he was just very, gentle giant-like, and didn't put his hands on her. And you need to stop. You need to slow down. And oh my!
Apparently, he'd already had his coffee.
Apparently, thank goodness. You know what though? She's lucky in a way that
Which is she? The lady who was attacked, or the lady behind the
lady who attacked. The attacker was lucky because she could have landed in a takeout area that somebody could have been, not as tolerant.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She could have been really badly hurt. because I'm thinking she would be more justified.
Was that in Ontario?
Brampton. Seriously.
Shouldn't laugh.
Brampton.
What's going on? People are getting so angry in the world.
Oh, I don't know.
People, be nicer to each other.
I think there was maybe a
Stop
Betty
beating
involved.
up people who are making minimum wage serving you coffee and donuts through a window.
Yes, and being nice to them.
No, tip them.
My goodness.
Tip
And
them.
you know what?
Did you hear about that kid who paid with quarters?
Yes. And they called him out on Facebook. Shame on that restaurant owner.
This kid worked at what job did he work at? And he was saving his quarters. He had this. I forget where he worked, but he made a lot of change.
Yeah.
And anyway,
he was a server at a restaurant.
He saved all of his money, and then he took his friends out for dinner to a restaurant, and he used a $20 bill, and then he used all these quarters, and he paid the bill, and left a $10 tip on like a $40 bill, that's 20%. That's
you know
pretty
what?
nice.
He's doing all right. He's a
And
server.
he got shamed on social media by the owners of the restaurant and the servers saying not raised properly at home.
Yes. Imagine that. You're not raised properly.
Yeah,
it's money. It's not illegal.
This is what we have to put up with in the service industry and customers who pay with coins. And they shamed him. And they said it was a joke. Oh no, we didn't mean to hurt his feelings. It was a joke.
Yeah.
So you know what this kid is doing now? This kid is challenging everyone to go out and save your quarters and go out and take somebody out for lunch. And
you should do that.
Take your choice. And he says he's going to keep doing this now. He's going to,
especially
but not
at
his
that
friends.
restaurant,
He's
right?
going to find people who are looking for companionship and food, and people who are down and out.
Right.
And he's going to take them out for dinner and use his quarters.
What a brilliant
to take
kid.
strangers out for a meal.
Isn't that awesome?
He's
you know what?
Turn it around on. So he took all the attention from social media and turned it around into
and if you have tons
deed.
of quarters, find out where that restaurant is and take your quarters
It was in America.
right to that person, right to that restaurant.
In America.
It was in America?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have only bills, go to the bank and change them.
So
Get
since
some quarters.
since it's all Rotary all day.
Rotary all day.
My guests are all Rotary all day. I do. I have. Don't sing. She's forbidden from singing.
I just wanted to join in, but he won't let me
The
sing.
Color Blast. Have you seen them? When they run and they're all covered in the color and the cornstarch and they get hit.
They really? Oh, it's cornstarch. I often wondered if it was flour or actually what it was.
It's cornstarch. It's colored cornstarch, and they run it and they get. And
just like that?
And it's very colorful, and it's fun, and it's family, and it's also a fundraiser, and it's part of Rotaryfest. It has been now, I think, for 13 years or so. No, 5 years. Anyway, we're going to be talking to the sponsors. Community First are the sponsors for the Color Run.
They are so community first.
They are.
They really are. They are behind a lot of things.
Lisa Woolley is here with Lynn Hollingsworth, and he's a longtime Rotarian.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to talk about the Color Blast, Color Run, and then who else? Megan Wigmore is coming in to talk about Stage 2, the music down at Clerg Park. So it's all Rotary all the time on Thursday. What's the date? The 19th of July.
Look at you.
You
did it.
It worked. The coffee worked. I know what day it is. I know my name. I'm Tim. It's Luann, and this is Mornings with Luann and Tim. And we'll be right back after this message. Stay tuned. And we are back live in the studio with Lisa Woolley and Lynn Hollingsworth. Good morning.
Morning, Tim.
Welcome to ONNtv. Is this your first time on TV?
It is, yes.
Isn't it fun?
So far.
I know. I like our room.
Yes. I heard the camera makes you lose 10 pounds, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the new cameras do. I know. That's why I'm actually 185 pounds, but on camera I'm a slim 175. Lynn Hollingsworth, how are you today?
Good, Tim. Thanks for having us here.
Nice to have you. I've known your family. Our families have known each other for a long time.
3 generations, at least 4 generations, I'd say.
And now let's talk about the involvement with the Hollingsworth family with Rotary. When did that start?
Oh my! I think my grandfather. It's our 100th anniversary this year.
Right.
Of the local club, and my grandfather joined after year 3 or year 4.
Imagine that.
So then my father, he was a long-time Rotarian. My father was Rotarian for 60 years.
Lynn Senior
And I was fortunate to join in 1982, so I'm about 36 years.
36.
So.
Go, wow. Long time. It's a great club, though, isn't it?
Great club, and the more you put in, the more you get out, and
maybe we could just tell the audience, people who aren't familiar with what Rotary actually does in the community. How do they help the community out?
Well, in many ways, our primary, and this has been for almost 100 years, or maybe 100 years, physically challenged youth, mental and physical disabilities.
Yes.
And that's our primary focus of what we do, but we also have student exchanges. We've made major donations to the hospital, to the park where all the playground equipment is that is accessible.
Yes.
Accessibility is a big deal for us. And so many other initiatives that we do. We do a lot of fundraising for Easter seals, which is the same value, and for the local Thrive
Yes.
enterprise up on Johnson Street. So, yeah, I think that caps it off.
That's fantastic. And what is your the Community First involvement with Rotary? When did that begin?
Well, Community First began with Rotary about 18 years ago.
I knew there was a teen number in there
Yes.
somewhere. I think it said 13. It's 18 years
18
you've been
years,
involved
yeah.
with Rotary. And to what level? Have you always sponsored events, or?
Yeah, well, we've sponsored events, we've given donations. So, the last 5 years we've done the Color Blast Run.
5 years you've been sponsoring.
Yes.
That's got to be a huge benefit to the Rotarians to have someone taking the lead on such a major event.
Well, sponsorship, they're really covering all of our costs associated with that event and beyond to market and advertise it. And the event itself is a fundraiser, and we may touch on that later, but the fees they pay to run the event and the fundraising they do. And beyond that, Community First is a great sponsor because they bring volunteers out. Their own volunteers are out, and there's only about 100 Rotarians, so we rely on many, many volunteers in the community. So if you can get a sponsorship for the event, it's a big win, but to get the sponsorship and many, many, many of their staff people out, they're virtually running the event.
And you can't. That's something that's priceless. Volunteerism is priceless. You can't put the money is wonderful. The donation to sponsor the event, but actually staffing the entire color run is a wonderful thing, and your staff loves to do it.
They love it. I mean, I think it's a fabric of our organization. I mean, the staff are an instrumental part of all of the volunteer work that we do in the community, and it's so important that they're involved. And we've actually made some decisions in our organization to not sponsor events that our staff can't be involved in and can't be, true community partners. So I think that's, really a testament to our team and the support that they feel for our community.
That's well said. Nicely said. The history of the color run. When it started not as the color run. Do you call it Color Blast, Color Run? Am I saying it right? Is it the Color Run?
Color Blast.
Color Blast.
Yeah.
Rotaryfest Miracle Mile Color Blast.
Color Blast.
Presented by Community First.
Miracle Mile.
Miracle Mile, yes.
I like
love
that too. So the history of the Color Blast. It started as not a color blast. It was just a run. Is that right, Lynn?
At one time it started as a 1 mile run, and we would get maybe 100 participants.
Okay.
We did this for about 4 years or so. And then we had a student who worked in the office that year that heard of this Color Blast concept. And Rotary and Community First were the first ones to bring it to Sault Ste. Marie. And all of a sudden we had 300-400 people running. I think last year we had
560?
560
smokes!
runners. So it's grown, it's grown. It really became a family event with that line because you got families and individuals running the course, people pushing strollers.
I've seen
and
I've always...
some run it, some walk, some run. And just a very few will go out just before the main race, and they'll run it hard and time themselves.
So some people actually choose to make it something that is a challenge that they actually push themselves
Well,
to
if
run it
it's a
fast.
mile, they probably want to know how fast they can do it. So
Right. But
maybe 30 people will do that, then the rest of the 500 are just...
At a leisurely pace, a jog, a walk, whatever.
Or both.
And I've seen, now I've mentioned that I've never had a chance to actually watch the people running in the Color Blast because I'm usually getting onto a float or getting involved somewhere. So I didn't realize they actually run the parade route that mile starting where, Lisa?
At the Bush Plane.
They start at the Bush Plane, and then is that a registration spot for them then?
Yeah, that's our warm-up spot. We make some announcements. We get the runners ready.
You do stretching and stuff?
We do, yeah. Zumba, I think we did last year at the beginning of the run. And
Who heads that stuff up?
Well, this year, actually, one of our employees' husbands is going to start that up and get everybody going and get the juices flowing before the event.
Nice.
Yes.
And then they run from the Bush Plane all the way along Queen Street to the tower?
Right.
Yes.
At the
Memorial Tower.
Memorial Tower, it's going to be the GFL Center, right?
Right.
Or GFL Memorial Gardens. Yeah. And then what I was going to say was I've seen afterwards during the parade the people who have participated in the color run who then, some of them go and join other floats, or you just see them in the stands, and they, as you said, Lynn, I've seen people with little kids and strollers, a little color on them and stuff, so they actually walk down this. with their kids.
It works well because many families will go there, or individuals will run the parade, and then immediately when they're done, the parade is coming down the street. So
And they're in
they've
place.
missed nothing. They've been part of a community event. Running in front of 15,000 people is sort of fun. And I know we've recruited people by watching, hey, look at those folks. I'm going to do that next year because they were on the sidelines. And
Right. Okay, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the logistics of the color run, how people can get involved, how it is a fundraiser, and so we'll carry on after this brief message from our sponsors. Thanks for being with us this morning on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Back with Lynn Hollingsworth and Lisa Woolley from Rotaryfest. Tell me the full name of it, Lisa.
Community First, a division of your neighborhood credit union.
And the name of the Color Blast is
Rotaryfest Miracle Mile
Color Blast
Run. I'm glad you're here, Tim.
See, I'm sharpening up.
You could have been the Rotary rep and the host.
By the time this show is over, I'm going to know exactly what's going on. All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back after this message.
Thanks for...
So now let's talk about the actual logistics of the color run. How do people register? Is it too late, or can people still register?
No, they can register up until tomorrow.
Right up until the actual event?
Yeah, I think at the event as well, right?
Yeah, what will happen is we have pre-registration tomorrow at the Bush Plain. That's Friday from 12 noon until 6 at the Bush Plain.
Okay.
Come in. If you've done any fundraising or register, you'll get your package, which includes neat sunglasses.
You get sunglasses in your
T-shirt.
package? Is this all stuff that you guys have provided?
Yeah,
In the
Yes.
pack?
Yep.
That's so fun, okay.
And then the other registration is from, I wrote it down.
Yeah, feel free to use your notes, Lynn.
Yeah, 9 until 10:15 on Saturday morning. And
So
by
right
10
up until So it's not too late to bring your family and your friends or even some co-workers down, but the concept is to raise funds.
Right, so for an individual to enter, it costs you $20. You pay it out of
$20
your
a
own
person,
pocket, or
yeah.
if you fundraise it, it's fine. If it's a family, it's $40. That's for 5 family members.
Okay.
Kids, of course, are under 18.
Yes.
And so that's pretty inexpensive to get 5 people registered, or 4.
And do those funds then go directly to the Rotarians to use for charitable donations, charitable uses?
Yes.
Is that how that works
they
then?
do.
So every dollar?
Yeah, every dollar because
They're
our
covering-
Community
because-
First is really sponsoring this.
Because you're sponsoring it, that means that every dollar that people bring in goes right to the Rotarians to use for all the great work they do in the community for...
I want to make a point.
Go ahead.
On Friday, that's what we call pre-registration, the day before. Anyone who registers as an individual for that, on that period, will be put into a draw for a gift package from Community First. So
You actually
A
can
little
win a
incentive to
prize
come
too.
early.
So you're helping to raise money, you're getting fit, you're doing community stuff, you're being with your family and your friends, and you're raising money, and you can also win a prize. Well, come on. Just very briefly, I know that it's probably a little late for businesses or organizations like, I think my friends from Musical Comedy Guild should pay attention to this, because this would be a great idea. You have a fundraising initiative for businesses or other charities. Tell me how that works, Lynn.
Well, it's much like our Bell Celebrity Skate, and generally it's more in line with teams like soccer teams, even hockey teams, theater groups, dance groups.
So not so much business, it's more about...
Yeah, because it
Teams and
helps charities. So if they get together, let's say there's 15 people in the team, and you raise $20 per person or more, and some individuals will raise a lot of money, we split that with that charity. So in this way, Rotary benefits, but so does that hockey team or theater group or whatever,
Right.
or soccer team. So it's a neat way to fundraise and have a fun event doing it.
So you could go out and say, okay, hi, the Comedy Guild is going to participate in the Color Blast this year, and so we're looking for donations, and half will go to the Rotarians for helping children with special needs, and the others will go to the Comedy Guild itself. And then you have fun, you get exposure in the community as well, because when you're running, you can wear promo stuff, right? Running down the street with a logo shirt or a team jersey, and then you're getting Color Blast. How many times do they get? I keep saying because I love that sound effect.
I think there's 3 times along the run that the volunteers are blasting them as they're running down the street, and then once they get to the end at the Memorial Tower, then there's the big blast that happens.
Big blast. And these are all staff members?
Yes, this year is our first year. The staff are going to volunteer along
I
the
would
route.
totally volunteer to be the person to throw stuff at somebody. That would be fun. Where are you going to be?
Well, I'm at the beginning, starting the event, so
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be warming them up, getting them ready to
You
run.
don't get to actually throw any color on
No,
anybody?
not for me, no.
No. Do you do the run after it's over? You should
I'm
just
more
go-
there as a champion.
Okay, but you should at least go to one station and get because
Is that why you want to be along the run
I want to be able to
throwing?
throw stuff at you. There's got to, this time around, I don't care what time I'm supposed to be on a float. I'm going to say, no, I want to watch the color run first, and then I'll get on my float.
Well, and you can't watch it quite close. The first blast is, quite
Tim,
close.
I have a
to
better
the start.
idea.
What?
Because it's before the parade, why don't you run or walk the color blast and then get on your float?
I don't want to get my Mamma Mia t-shirt all dirty.
Okay.
No, wait a second. You know what? I'll wear
We'll
a
get
white...
you a second t-shirt.
No, because here's what I've decided to do. I'm gonna jump ship at one point. I'm gonna be in the Mamma Mia float, and then I'm gonna jump ship and go to the Pride Fest float. But here's what I could do. I can wear a white t-shirt for the color run, and then I'll be in all like Pride colors by the time I get on the Pride float, because it'd be the boom.
Tim, can I mention one special prize we have?
You can say whatever you want.
Wow, well, be careful with that.
Okay.
We have a special prize donated by, you could edit this up, by KISS, local radio station.
We like
it's
them.
a Kawasaki Z125. It's a small motorcycle.
Come on, what?
So any individual that raises over $500, and we have people that do that, their name will be entered into a draw to win that special prize. So
That is
it's
fantastic.
a good little partnership to bring on with Community First.
Absolutely. Well, listen, all the best. I'm looking forward to. I like the idea of doing the color run in a white T-shirt, going on the Pride Fest float, and then putting on my clean Mamma Mia T-shirt and joining the rest of the parade.
Do it.
Okay, thanks.
It's not
I
too
will.
late.
And then so I'll bring my $20. I can come down on the Saturday morning.
And you're good to go.
Do my Zumba and meet all the wonderful volunteers, and then run and get boom as I go down.
Just like that. It's like you're getting fly swatted.
Listen, thanks so much for coming into the studio today.
Yes, thanks for having us.
And you
Thank
know
you.
what? Thanks for all the work the Rotarians do and Community First. Thanks for all you do in our community.
Thank you.
To help keeping us healthy and safe and a community, keeping us together. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the parade route. Route? Who says route? Route? I don't know who I am. I've lost my ability to speak, but see you on the parade route down Queen Street with the color blast, okay? So make sure you get down to the Bushplane Museum if you haven't already registered. Friday from noon till 6 registration, or the morning of the event.
At the Bushplane.
At the Bushplane, okay. Thanks again to Lynn Hollingsworth and Lisa Woolley from Community First. Stay tuned for more. Oh, we have news coming up with Luann right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
And welcome back to ONNTV's Mornings with Luann and Tim. That was an awesome first interview.
Thank you.
So interesting.
Well,
I didn't say you were awesome. I said the guests and
imagine
the
the
information
Hollingsworth
was awesome.
family. Rotary has been around for 100 years, and the Hollingsworth family has been involved for 97 of those 100 years.
A little bit of a large family.
Holy smokes,
Isn't that
man.
crazy?
I know.
I had no idea.
And then Community First, what great people.
Yes.
I love the fact that she said that, donating the money is one thing, but they would rather participate and be able to provide staff volunteering as a community effort as well. So they appreciate that there's the dollars help, but the manpower and the volunteerism
Well,
and the
that's such a
sense
big
of
thing.
community from the staff giving back, I love that.
Yeah, I do too. And they're very, very corporate minded. Yeah,
We
they're
have
awesome.
so many businesses in Sault Ste. Marie that are like that. We're so fortunate in this
Yeah,
city
we
that help
really
with
are.
fundraising and stuff like that.
You know what I've been reading?
What have you? No.
Something Not Nice from
Oh.
Espanola.
You've been reading something not nice from Espanola? Your mother's diary.
You know what?
What?
Something, it's a shame because Espanola is such a beautiful place. And it becomes.
It really is.
Yeah.
I tease about when it was the E.B. Eddy factory and it
Yes.
smelled like sulfur. I make
Yeah.
jokes, you know.
Yeah, of course, everybody does.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it is
that's a
beautiful.
town that stinks, right?
But it is
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've heard that my whole life.
Okay.
There was a man there who was just sentenced to 17 years in prison. His name is Paul McColman, and he's been charged with sexually assaulting young boys for 17 years or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that? Yeah.
Whoa.
And
And what?
lives right next door to my mother.
That was your mother's neighbor?
The house I grew up in.
He was, how far back does this date?
After like 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he got 17 years in prison.
Well, I would say that that's probably,
Yeah. You know what? Some good
Where
news.
does he go away to prison then?
Well, he's been in Sudbury through his court case and stuff like that, but now he goes to like a larger facility. Yes.
And then he'll be on the sexual thing, what do you call that? The sexual
yeah,
registry.
registry, yeah.
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 Oh, boy.
Isn't that awful? And you know what? Again,
So wait, there was, it's friendly like they knew him? Like there was an
no,
extra,
no, nobody ever saw him. No, nobody ever. And apparently, there was a lot of internet luring and yeah, just such a shame.
Wow.
I just, and
well, somebody was
Espanola.
brave and came forward.
Yes, a couple of them, and then of course, as it went on, more and more came.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that scary?
It's
right next door. Mr. Fournier's house. He used to give me chocolate bars. There's this bad man that used to live in there now. He's gone though.
You've ruined my morning.
Thanks. So it worked.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. On a better note.
Thank you.
There's a little boy.
Because I don't know how to get out of this. You're the one who's been doing this for
Yes.
33 years. Help
Yes.
me out. Cheer me up. What?
There's a little boy in
Oh, come on.
Toronto.
Is this a good little boy story or another Paul McCormick
Well,
story?
like 2:00 in the morning, he wandered out of the house in
Okay.
Toronto. They found him at 7:00 this morning.
There
Look
he
at that
is.
little face.
He was gone for 5 hours
He
wandering
was
the
gone-
streets of
yeah,
Toronto?
Yeah, and he was found at 7:00 this morning near a railroad track. He's got some injuries, but they're thinking that the
What,
fact
he
that
just
he's
wake up and go for a walk?
He just got up and went for a walk. His mom checked him at around 1:30 a.m. and then she checked him again at 6 a.m. and he was out of the bed. Can you imagine that?
Wait, she checked him at 1:30 and he was in the bed, and then
Yes.
at 6 o'clock in the morning,
She checked him again.
and he was not there.
Yeah, and he wasn't there. So they found him at about 7:00.
Okay, so the good news is they found him.
Yes, that's the good news.
Okay.
Are you all right?
It's all these little kids and stuff, and you're just freaking me out.
You know what? There is good news, though, right?
Yes, at the end of the rainbow.
Rotaryfest.
That's
She reached.
Whenever you get depressed, you just go, Rotary Fest! Pedophiles. No! Rotary Fest! Missing children. No! Rotary Fest! Look, take
Yeah.
your pick and win a car.
You know what, though? Sometimes you have to hear
Did
the
you buy your
nasty
ticket for this
stuff.
yet?
No.
Come on, every
Have
year
you?
I buy. Yes. I
Why don't
always
you buy me one?
I don't make as much as you.
Oh,
I go
stop
every year I
it.
buy a Rotary Fest and I work harder. Every year I buy a
You
Rotary
work
Fest
harder.
ticket. You get up earlier, but it takes you longer to be pretty.
Long time. So I got up at 1 in the morning and I got to work for 6.
Yeah, and do you know what happens? Jim checks on her at 1:30 and she's in bed, and he looks at 6 and she's gone. And then
And he
we
doesn't look for me.
And we find her by the railroad tracks putting on her lipstick. Every morning. Anyway, so when we come back from what's going on now, I'm having Megan Wigmore.
Yes. My goodness.
You can't believe what she's got.
Seriously.
No.
She's living now
This-
at the clerk site.
This stage 2 thing is out of control.
It is.
I remember when stage 2 was on Queen Street, and it was like one night.
Yeah.
One night.
And it was about this big.
Now it's 3 pages long,
Yeah,
and it goes
there's
on for
lots
3
going on.
days, and
Yeah, it's awesome.
and it's all original music. So
that
I'm
great?
talking to Megan Wigmore when we come back after this.
Don't forget to ask her about her job too while she's there, because she's doing the emceeing.
She's the MC for the whole thing. Can you imagine? She's gonna be. You're right. She's gonna be missing out of her bed for
If
the
you
next
see her
3
in a
days.
onesie, just like tell her it's okay.
Oh, I thought you. I didn't know what you meant by onesie. You mean like pajamas?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because by the end of
I was
it,
thinking
she'll
like a
just-
singlet, like she was gonna wrestle.
Oh. Okay.
Do we have wrestling at Rotary Fest? Let's start that.
You should start it. You should start it.
Maybe when you get to the end of the color blast,
Yes.
everybody wrestles in cornstarch.
That sounds
Sounds
awesome.
like a good idea at all.
No.
Anyway, stay with us. We'll be back. Hopefully, Megan will bring some sanity to the studio because Luann has taken us right off track.
That's what I'm here for.
Stay tuned with more Mornings with Luann and Tim, but more about Tim than Luann because And
so hard,
Megan
right?
Wigmore and Rotaryfest and Stage 1, Stage 2. Stage 1 was yesterday.
Yeah.
Stage 1 is today. We'll be
What
back
do you
right
do
after
here?
this message. I need a coffee. I'm gonna go climb through a drive-through window at Tim Hortons. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Megan. No,
You're Luann now.
wait, I'm Tim. Welcome back to Mornings with Tim and Megan. And Luann, who's gone away for a little while. I banished her from the set, Megan.
Yes.
This is Megan Wigmore, ladies and gentlemen. Megan Wigmore, community theater for how many years?
Oh, gosh.
How old were you when you started doing theater?
My first show was Annie, so I think I was 9.
Yes?
Yeah.
So about, 12 years. No.
A few more than
More
that.
than that. And you've directed too, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah.
You've done everything. Produced, directed, starred, worked backstage.
I can't get away.
And now, a new hat
Yes.
for yourself involved with Rotaryfest.
Yeah, I'm the stage director for Stage 2.
Does that mean that you help book all the acts too?
Yes. Well, it's an application process for Stage 2. So we ask people to submit applications if they're interested in playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Let's back up first of all
Sure,
to how
yes.
you first got involved with Rotary, because you
Yes.
were one of those students who got to go away.
Yes, I was a youth exchange student when I was 16. So I spent a year living in Denmark through Rotary.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you go to school when you're there too, right?
Yes, you have to go to high school. That's one of the requirements of the program. But
What language do they speak in Denmark?
Danish.
Is Danish is the same? Is that like Dutch?
No.
No, Dutch is different than Danish.
No, Danish is really close to Swedish and Norwegian.
Oh, because Dutch is weird. Have you heard people speak Dutch?
Yes.
It's like it's
Danish
bizarre.
is pretty weird too.
Is it? How did you get by with the language then?
I learned it while I was there.
Can you say something in Danish?
God morgen, which is
That's
good morning. Yeah.
I could tell that one.
Yeah.
Can you say my name is Megan?
Hi, jeg hedder Megan.
Hi, hello, Megan.
Yep. Yeah.
It does sound kind of Finnish almost.
A little bit, yeah.
Cool. And then you got to live with host families?
Yes, 3 host families while I was there, but it's really great because the 3 different families allow you to experience different pieces of the culture. So you don't just go home and say, everybody in Denmark has a washing machine in their kitchen because one family had a washing machine in their kitchen.
Right. Other kids in the family?
Yes, so the first family I had 2 host sisters, and second and third families there were host grandchildren.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then, so is there a break though? Like, if you're there for a whole year, do you get like a summer holiday or a winter break, or how does that work?
You just follow whatever the school schedule is
The
there.
school schedule is there.
Yeah.
So did you celebrate holidays there?
Yes.
Like what?
They're really big into Christmas, but they do all of the days of Advent. So Advent's really big there.
That's okay. And so, how did you get to do that through Rotary? Was that an application?
It's an application. We'll have information on the Rotary website. I actually work with the program now with the students that are going away.
You're doing that?
Yeah, I'm doing that now too.
Are you an actual Rotarian now?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
but
girl,
Tim, we're
then-
getting off track. We have to talk about Stage 2.
I'm sorry.
I know,
sorry,
it's a really interesting story. We can talk
It
about
is.
that another time.
So listen, you took over from who?
From Chelsea Pareko. She's been doing Stage 2. She was doing it the last 4 years when it started down at the site where we are now, next to the art gallery.
So you're in Clerk Park now.
Yes.
Like I said to you earlier, I remember when Stephen Alexander and Loplops was very big on promoting Stage 2, and it was on Queen Street.
Yeah.
But it's been now down there for 5 years?
Yes, this is the 5th year that it's been down by the art gallery.
But it's never been this extensive.
No, we've been. It's been just the Saturday for the last few years. But this year's Rotary's 100th birthday, which I'm sure you've heard about. It's our club locally's 100th birthday. Rotary itself has existed a little bit longer, but our club is celebrating 100 years this year. So we wanted to make a big splash for Rotaryfest.
Well, you sure have done
Yeah,
that.
so we've got 3 days of Stage 2, which I'm so pumped about.
Something that helped that was you have a major sponsor
We
this
have
year for the
a
first time.
great major sponsor for the first time this year.
That makes things a little easier,
It does.
doesn't it?
It makes things a lot easier, and it's because of the community support that we're able to do all of this, right?
Okay.
So all of these generous local businesses that support Rotary.
So you've expanded to 3 days.
Yes.
It's still completely free.
Yes.
Free.
Totally free. Come down, visit.
Free music.
Yes.
And every single performer, band, whatever, they are all local. Is that
Save
true?
for one. Save for one.
Okay.
So we had to make a special exception because we have the parallels available to us. So I don't know if you know the story about this.
No, but
so
tell me.
Rich Dodson from the Stampeders, his daughter Holly.
Wait,
is
and the Stampeders
incredibly
are coming
talented.
back this year?
Stampeders are here.
They're
They're
like
our
the
headliner
headliners.
on Saturday at Stage
Stage 1.
Yeah.
But for stage 2, we had the opportunity to have the Parallels. They're a band out of Toronto. So Holly Dodson, Rich Dodson's daughter, is the lead singer there. And my gosh, she's phenomenal. She sounds like a young Madonna.
Really?
It's synth pop. It's a really cool sound. So we're hoping to have a big party down at stage 2 when she's on. She's on Saturday there.
Oh, there she is.
8:30, or sorry, on Friday night, 8:30.
8:30 at synth pop, playing smoky, synthy, electro pop. Very cool.
They're a very cool band. So that's the only one that's not local. Everybody else is local, and everyone on that stage is playing original music.
That is the really cool part.
Yes.
All original tunes.
Yes.
So it starts on Thursday.
Yes,
which
that's
is
tonight.
today.
Yeah,
Oh my
tonight.
gosh.
I know.
See, there's so much going on.
There's so much going on with Rotaryfest.
6 o'clock.
Tonight is 6 o'clock we start. Tonight is more folk sound, so it's a lot of singer-songwriters, guitars. Yes.
You did the programming on this?
Yeah, I did.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so we've got a few that are doing just a vocalist and a guitar together. So
Jackson Reed?
Jackson Reed will be one of those. Shay Tall, the Autumn Roots. Those are all just one person and a guitar, but they can make some big sound. And then Hannah Lindsay's got a couple pieces behind her. And MD Dunn, Mark Dunn,
I know Mark and
he just put out an album, and he's got everyone who played on his album with him up there tonight. So I think there are 5 or 6 pieces all together. It's going to be a hell of a show.
So 6 until 10.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tonight alone.
Yes.
You were talking about the process of having to select these.
Yes, so it's all through networking. We reach out to these local artists. We say we have an application process. If you're interested in playing, submit an application. We'll kind of go through and try and put together the best show we can. So all of these people applied to be part of Rotaryfest. So they're all putting in some work to get here, and they're all young, for the most part, young local artists. Yeah.
And you had more applicants than spaces, is that right?
Yes, which is always a great problem to have. I feel bad disappointing anyone saying, sorry, there's no space.
There'll be another Rotaryfest next year,
There's
and they're
always
going to
another
know
next
to submit again, right?
Exactly.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
We're going to be back with a little bit more. We're taking a quick commercial break.
Awesome.
We'll come back. We've covered a little bit of today, but we still got Friday and Saturday to talk about.
Yes.
So we'll cover that when we get back on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim and Megan Wigmore from Stage 2 Rotaryfest, which starts today at 6 o'clock at Clerk Park. Stay with us. We'll be right back in a minute. I'm curious about something, Megan.
Sure.
When they submit, do they have to give you an audio or a video or anything?
If they're able to, then we take that. We also sometimes ask them, are they performing anywhere anytime soon where we can go and see them? Because
Did you go scouting?
A little bit, yeah.
That's so much fun.
I also had a lot of help. So Dustin Goodall is helping me out. He's got a little local recording studio. He's really tapped into the music scene. He's in a couple bands as well. So he helped me out. And when I didn't know an artist, if they didn't provide anything, I'd go to him and say, okay, what's this? Do you know them? Are they great? And he was phenomenal to help with that.
So now, is it the same number of bands every day? We talked about there's 5 on just tonight alone.
It's slightly different each night, depending on the space that we have to fill. Friday night, we're starting at a little bit of a different time, so we're starting 5:30.
A little earlier?
Yeah, we're trying to stagger the artists so that there's always something going on. So if something's happening on stage 1, we maybe take our break in the middle, so that we're trying to keep it so that it's a continuous flow.
So Sean Antler is stage
Yes.
1, and you guys have obviously been working together.
Oh, she's phenomenal. She's been a great mentor for us.
She's on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, and she's got a great lineup too. So you're right there. I mean, they're at Bay Street. You're down beside the art gallery, closer to the water. So people can just go back and forth and enjoy the different kinds of music.
Yes, and there's all different stuff.
And so I know that this year the Stage 2 is allowing some, people are doing some original stuff, but for the most part it's a lot of cover stuff.
Yes.
Whereas, and tribute, which is great, because people like to hear popular tunes, they can sing along.
Yes, the stuff you know.
But then also, what you do, the all original stuff, is so important to a musician, to have that kind of platform, to get out and share their work and their passion and their poetry, right? Mm-hmm. So what kind of a feel do you have on the Friday night?
Friday night's a little bit of more of a rock night. So we start off with a hip hop rap guy.
Yes.
So I think that's the first time we've had anything like that on the
Bold
stage that I'm
noise.
aware of. Yeah. And then we go to a little bit more rock. So we've got Dire Setback, then Idiota, and then we have our synth pop, the Parallels. Which is awesome.
Right.
So
and I love
that
that ties into the Stampeders through generations.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And they're so excited because they get to see each other perform.
See each other perform. The father seeing the daughter, is that right?
Yes, and she works with him on tours, so she's seen him perform, but he gets to see her, and
So and
that's
then
nice.
no, oh my gosh, You're going to be exhausted.
Saturday's
Saturday, you're there for
packed.
7 hours,
Yep.
Megan.
Yep, that's a normal Saturday for stage 2, but we normally don't have the Thursday, Friday leading up. So
So this would normally be all that you do as
yes,
stage 2.
it's just
you
a Saturday. We've added all of the
Good for you
Thursday,
for the
Friday.
100.
Yeah.
Tell me about Saturday now.
So Saturday we start with the Elements. They're kind of like a funky hard rock. They've got some
Yeah.
horns in there, like a little bit of a ska sound, I want to say.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. Then we've got Barnboard Trio. They kind of do like a little bit of country, a little bit of like
Blues,
they got a
rock,
big
country.
standing
Do
bass,
they?
which is great. Yeah.
Nice.
And then in the program it'll say All Us Others. Unfortunately, All Us Others had to bow out.
Okay.
But we do have Great Chamberlain in their place.
What great
Chamberlain, yeah.
What music is that?
They're doing a little bit more indie pop, I think, from
Nice.
what I remember. They were a last-minute substitution, but they're a band that came together outside of town and are here for the summer. So
Oh, no.
yeah, so
That's cool.
they reached out last minute and they said we'd love to play Rotaryfest. I said I'm sorry, the bill's already full. They said, well, if you have a last-minute cancellation, let us know,
And
and
boom.
it worked out. So we're happy to have them on at 3:30.
At
Then we've got
3:30?
Machine's Dream. They don't play very often, so it's an exciting one for us. They're doing more prog rock stuff.
Progressive
rock. And they've actually been signed.
Oh,
Yeah.
our cameraman Aaron says they're amazing, and I
They're
trust
phenomenal,
him. So Machine
and
Dreams at 4:30.
They've been signed by a label in Ireland.
Wow! And we
Yeah.
get to see them for free.
Yeah, totally free.
Nice.
Then Pointless, they're an indie noise rock. They've got From Trouble Charger, Bill Priddle from Trouble Charger
Yes!
in the band. Yeah. So this is his new thing. Then Wild Iris, they're doing more of a soft progressive rock.
Atmospheric and mercurial.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. And then finally, last one is Jesse Marino. He's actually getting ready to release an album, so he's gearing up for that. He's got a show at the Machine Show coming up, so he's using our stuff to promote. He was there last year. He was phenomenal. Biggest crowd I've seen at stage
Really?
2. Yeah. He puts on quite the show.
I can't. You blow me away.
Yes.
Nice
Thank
work,
you. Yeah.
young lady.
We're very excited for it.
I can imagine why. So make sure that you
Yeah.
check out now, and they can find out this information at the Rotaryfest website.
Yes, it's all in your program. If
All
you've
in
got
your
one of
pro-
these
if
in
you
your
got one of
mailbox.
these, you can see exactly where to go
Yes.
and get more information and check out the lineup. You're not going to be disappointed. It's all free. You're right there in Clerk Park. Everything is around you.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank
and we'll
you.
see you there.
Yes.
Megan Wigmore, the stage director for Rotaryfest Stage 2. We'll be right back to say goodbye on Mornings with Luann and Tim with Luann and Tim. Stay tuned. So it's going to be a very busy day in Sault Ste. Marie.
is.
which
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic. And this is just the beginning. I mean, it's going to be 3 days of fun, and then after that, Pride Fest starts.
When's Pride Fest?
On Sunday, the flag raising is Sunday.
Really?
And Keith and I have been chosen to raise the flag this year at Pride
Have
Fest.
you both?
Yes, as a couple. 'Cause
Congratulations.
We're 11 years together, so we're going to go down as a success story.
Oh, that
and-
is so awesome.
And you know what else? Just to have grown up in Sault
Congratulations,
Ste. Marie and have a little bit of issue. You know, I had troubles growing up in Sault
Sure,
Ste. Marie back in the
sure.
day, and I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be standing with my life partner,
Yeah.
raising a flag at City Hall.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I know. So that's going to be
That's
Sunday
awesome.
morning, but we're going to
What
have
time?
9. Oh, that's a good question. I think
Early.
It's I forget. I think it's 12. I don't know. But you know what? My friends Sue Ryamaki and Jeremy Nadon from Pride Fest are going to
Yes.
be. I'm going to tape a segment with them today for tomorrow's show, so we'll
Okay.
have all that information.
Okay, that sounds awesome. You didn't say anything before this.
I surprised you.
I'm so thrilled for you.
Thanks.
Good for you. Congrats. You did a good job today on the show, too.
Thanks. And we'll see you tomorrow on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Goodbye for now.
Bye.